Okay, how's everyone doing tonight? Start off with this, and let's kick it to it. It's a little big. Let's make that a little smaller. There we go. It's a little better. Okay. Audio looks good. Picture looks good. Okay, so right now we're taking out, let me go back to what I've done. There's going to be magnets in the bottom of this thing, 4 of them, and those are going to help the cover stick on it like this. So when it's in the back of the car, the cover will just go on it and stick. It's a little bit wider than the last one. So what I'm doing right now is pulling out the last of the supports in there. And once I get those out, I can sweet. Can you see them all cleaned out in there? Now this shoe should slip in this mount really nice and click at the end and hold it really good. Okay. Okay, next step. Putting the wires in. I believe this one's positive. That one's negative. So the only way to check real quick. And which means this one here is positive. Let me just take these off real quick because I'd hate to mess that up. Yeah, red is this one. Okay, you can see on these magnets how they're not screwed down tight. They kind of float in there. I don't know if you can see them moving just a hair. Obviously, I don't want to do this to this part because it's going to have power after I hook it up there. But this, I want these to touch down on the other magnets when they meet. So this one is positive. This one is negative. Okay, so positive is there. It's going to line up with this one, which is positive. Okay, we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and push the red one through. Now, as I push it through, you can see the solder point to the magnet is right there. And that's going to go in that little gap that is right in there. And if everything works out right, it should fit flush in the hole, just like that. And I'm going to mount one of these. Oh, what are these? M1. They're 1.4 or 1.6. And I want to screw it down tight. Can you guys see this yet? Screw it down tight. I want to back it off about a half turn. And doing so should allow this to come up a hair. Back it off a little more. So it's loose. I know it'll move up and down. Okay, so now the black ones go in here. Okay, same thing. Gonna put this screw in. And not tightening it tight. Not tightening it tight. It's gonna do two things. Gives it the room to flex up and down to meet up with the other magnet. And because you want a strong connection, you want the two to touch and not come apart while it's driving around. And it's going to allow the WD-40. I'm going to spray this with WD-40 and just soak it with WD-40 before I go out in the water the first time. So now, of course, I put my meter away. I need my meter now. Let me get rid of this trash here. Okay. So I'm going to take apart this plug. Because I'm going to test continuity between the two plugs. This one is coming from the base. So I'm going to plug it in. Get my meter out. Now we're going to go to continuity, just down here, a little tone with the Z-Wave logo there. And I'm going to hit, what I want to do is beep when the two touch. Right now it's not beeping, I'll just show you the number. But I don't want that, I want it to beep. So we hit the Z button, it goes into the mode where it beeps. So again, when I touch them, it beeps. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the hot. Hold on, I'm going to get a clip on this one. Okay, I'm going to clip this side. Okay, that side's clipped. Now this one should go beeping when I touch red. It does. So that means that this connection here between that contact and that magnet there are working good. So now I want to go ahead and touch it again. This can be the fun part here. So we can get it in the backside. I want to wiggle this connection. Good. No break in the beep. That means the connection is strong. And it's not going to give any lack of power when you're hitting bumps. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the dark side. The dark side. Okay, I'm going to go to the dark side here. Black, the ground. And I'm going to stick it in the ground side. Come on. And again, I'm going to shake it. And there's no break. Good. All right. Turn it back off. Connection looks good. So now, take this back off. Okay. Those are my magnets for that box over there. So I'm going to put those. I don't need that right now. Don't need this. Put those away. Okay, so now I'm going to be working on this thing. So I'm just going to tape this to the back, just kind of a temporary holder for this thing. Okay, piece of tape. Tape, 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 tape. Good. Okay, so I'm going to take the body off. Put the body here. I'm going to move the camera here. Sorry for the... Put this thing here inside the back. Now, I know from previous attempts at this, the wire's in the hole. That I don't want to go center on this because there's two things I need to do. Okay, I don't want to go center because I hope you can see this here. I got this foam in there to support that, but this, how can I do this? Okay, nope, that ain't gonna work. Let's move that out of the way. This thing is not exactly centered. The camera does not line up center in the box. And that is because one side of the camera has wires coming out of it and the other side does not. So I wanted to make this boot, this shoe that holds this whole thing as small as possible. So I did this back here. Come on, little zip tie. Here we go. Okay, that all goes in there. as far as it can so it doesn't hit this. So take that off. It should not interfere with the gimbal. Okay. So now, again, this camera's off center a little bit. So the camera's off center to the right. So I want to take this thing and place it a little bit to the left. Just a hair. Like about that much right there. But I got to make sure the wires go down the hole right. I mean, it's not. Okay, and the other thing I got to do is bring it back a little bit. And the reason for that is this box has to go over it and not hit the roll cage. Okay, that goes good. Go back just a hair more. Kind of feels like it. It's not as much left as I'd like. Whoops, sorry. Slides in there and on. And the camera's not going to hit any of that. Take out the foam. See how the camera's not going to hit the roll bar if it twists up. Okay, good. And then I can easily pull the camera out. And then this should be able to fit. Yeah. How much room is that? I got lots of room left. Okay, that's pretty cool. It looks a little cockeyed. Let me go. There we go. That looks pretty straight. So I'm going to push that down on there. Stick on the plastic. Again, this isn't imperative. If I need to, I could put 2 screws in there with those screw holes. But this is all just R&D at this point. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, the wiring. Let's go ahead and bring you back over here. Truck out of the way. The good old wiring. Okay. I'm going to set you here. That way you can see what's going on. Okay, so the wires for this are going to connect to 2 wires that come to this. And I already got them stripped and everything, so just a matter of temporarily connecting them. Now these these washers connect to a series of magnets that are on the car. So when I just slap the body down, they make connection, and boom, I have 2 sets. There's one up front, you can't see right there, and there's one in the back. So let me go ahead and connect these wires real quick. Fold. Come on. Now these go through a fuse and come directly here from the battery. So these are going to be whatever the voltage the battery is. And I think I could put a 3 cell in this car, 2 and 3. So it's either going to be 7.4 volt or 11 point, what is 3 cell? 11.5, 6, something like that. And I know my camera, the gimbal camera, can take all the way up to, I think it's a 6 cell, if I remember correctly. So it can take whatever. So let me get some tape. So I'm just going to temporarily connect these real quick so they don't short out on each other or anything else. Okay, I'm going to shove these all under here because that's the kind of guy I am, shoving it under the tape. Okay, and I'm going to tape this all up. So it's not going to get in the way of anything. Make sure those are all taped down. Tape, 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 tape. Now, same thing in the front. Got some wires coming through here I need to tape down. Again, these are all for future parts I want to put on this body. Some interior lights and dashboard lights, things like that. But when I get some nice black tape they use in what movie scaffolding, I can't remember what they call it, but it's really, really good. It's like puts duct tape to shame. And then I'm going to use that on this entire interior and kind of make it waterproof and get all the wires, sanitized and sand out the wires. Okay, so that's pretty good. So now the battery's plugged in. Let's go back up here. Battery's plugged in. Body out of the way. I'm gonna move the chassis towards me a little bit. You probably see it better on the top view. So we get the battery plugged in. These are my terminal connectors right here. They connect to those posts on the car. You can see the front and the back. And it's not perfect yet, but it's pretty dang close. So when I slap this body down, if I can not break stuff when I do it, that would be great. Something else I need to go through. Okay. So the body goes on. You can usually hear it click. Oh, before I put the body down. And this is something I'm going to move to a switch on the dashboard, but I still have to turn it on. Inside on the switch. Let me turn my transmitter on. Okay. This goes down. Come on. Okay. Should be it. You hear it kind of click. Check the bodies are all, the fenders are all down good. Everything's good. Okay, let's see now. Can I turn this so you can see it all? Okay, so we got forward. Let me switch the lights here. So you can see these off-road lights right here. There we go. So they're on, my headlights are on. Got steering, blinkers. Got this, forward and back. Okay, that's all good. So now, this is gonna go on normally. You can see that, the back, nope, you can't. I gotta figure out a way to mount this camera higher. Okay, so this is my back. It's my old box that I'm lugging around. You don't know what's in it. It says Haunted Mansion on it. Turn around so it'll say Haunted Mansion. So again, that ain't gonna come out because the magnets are gonna hold it on. So there we go with that. And I wanted to check my brake lights. So we have blinkers, which by the way you can see from the side, which is kind of cool. All the way from the side, watch. And then brake lights and reverse lights. And then running lights. See what this thing looks like with the lights off. The brake light, and then reverse lights. And of course, the headlights and off-road lights. Do a pretty good job of lighting up stuff. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. Let me turn the lights back on. Okay, take the box off. Insert my POV camera. Now, look at the fan inside on top of it. I'll tell you if it gets power. There we go. Camera centers, and it's ready to go. It's going to look right between the two, the head, and through the window. Is the head turning? I didn't notice the head. Yeah, I got my head turning. All right, cool. So that thing is done, man. Turn up the sound. The beauty is you can take it off anytime. Let's take it off here. No wires to worry about. Let's go volume up. Something didn't work. There we go. I'm not getting there. Let's turn that off right now. There we go. All right, she's ready for the course. Now all I got to do is get my POV headset set up and ready to go, and she's ready. I can actually watch what's going on through this camera and drive it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thanks for coming by.